For centuries, the Bible has stood as a cornerstone of faith and history, a divine narrative shaping civilizations. But what if the story you know isn't the whole story? What if there are chapters, entire books, that were deliberately removed, deemed too dangerous, too controversial, or too revealing for the common believer? Today, we delve into the shadowy archives of antiquity to uncover 4 forbidden scriptures, books that were once revered, then systematically erased, and reveal the terrifying secrets they held about God, angels, and the very fabric of existence. Chapter 1. The Apocalypse of Peter. Our journey begins with the Apocalypse of Peter, a text so vividly horrific, it was ultimately banned for what was considered its overly graphic depictions of damnation. While the canonical Bible hints at hellfire, Peter's account left nothing to the imagination. It painted a gruesome panorama of eternal suffering, where sinners received punishments that perfectly mirrored their earthly transgressions. Imagine eyes burning out for lust, blasphemers hung by their tongues, or murderers immersed in pools of boiling pitch. Early church leaders, while believing in hell, feared this level of detailed terror might overwhelm or even repel potential converts. This book offered a hellscape deemed too real, too brutal for the fragile human psyche, and so it was locked away, its secrets preserved only in whispers and fragments. Chapter 2. The Book of Jasher. Next, we turn to the Book of Jasher, a text even referenced twice within the canonical Old Testament, yet deemed unworthy of inclusion. Jasher offers a fascinating parallel narrative to Genesis and Exodus, filling in gaps and adding extraordinary details. Its most audacious claim, and perhaps a reason for its removal, surrounds the iconic story of Joshua and the standing sun. While the Bible states the sun stood still for about a whole day, allowing Joshua to defeat his enemies, Jasher dramatically amplifies this, proclaiming the sun and moon ceased their movement for a staggering 48 hours. This monumental disruption of cosmic order, doubling the miraculous intervention, may have been perceived as either too fantastical, too challenging to established physics, or simply too grand a deviation from the official account. Jasher presented a version of divine power that stretched the limits of belief, and thus, its compelling tales were set aside. Chapter 3. The Epistle of Barnabas. Our third forbidden text is the Epistle of Barnabas, a document that stirred immense controversy by challenging fundamental tenets of early Christian practice. This epistle argued vehemently against literal interpretations of Jewish law, suggesting that Christians should not observe the Sabbath or adhere to fasting rituals in the traditional sense. It proposed a radical reinterpretation of commandments, asserting that adherence to these laws was a misunderstanding, and true worship was entirely spiritual, internal. For a nascent church still grappling with its Jewish roots, Barnabas's bold stance was deemed too divisive, too extreme, and potentially undermining to the authority of established traditions and leadership. In an era desperate for unity and clear doctrine, a text that so aggressively rewrote fundamental practices could not be allowed to circulate freely, making its message a forbidden whisper. Chapter 4. The Gospel of Thomas. Finally, we encounter the Gospel of Thomas, perhaps the most famous and overtly controversial of the banned texts. This collection of 114 sayings attributed to Jesus presented a profound and, to the early church, heretical theology. Unlike the narrative Gospels, Thomas contained no birth, no crucifixion, no resurrection story. Instead, it emphasized secret wisdom and direct, personal enlightenment. Its most pivotal teaching states that to truly enter heaven, one must find the kingdom within, suggesting a path to salvation through self-discovery and inner knowledge, rather than adherence to sacraments, church hierarchy, or even Jesus' atoning sacrifice. This direct challenge to the burgeoning institutional church, empowering individual spiritual journey over collective doctrine, was a threat to its very foundation. The message of Thomas was too independent, too Gnostic, and so it was condemned, its radical truth silenced for centuries. These forbidden scriptures offer us a glimpse into a richer, more complex biblical history, challenging our perceptions of what was truly considered divine revelation. They reveal not only the profound spiritual debates of antiquity, but also the human decisions that shape the Bible we know today. What hidden truths still lie buried, waiting to be rediscovered? Which of these removed scriptures do you believe should never have been taken from the Bible? Let us know in the comments below. If you're fascinated by the deep mysteries of ancient texts and forbidden knowledge, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow seekers, and subscribe to Deep Bible Stories for more journeys into the untold history of faith. Your next revelation awaits.